All right, so welcome back. It's time for us to talk. Dr. Schaefer Tracy, as always, every Wednesday, that we get to talk to him. And today we're talking about arthritis. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, arthritis and what exactly is that. We're going to be delving into that. So do want to follow us on Facebook. We are on there at Metro TV and also DSTV channel 277 and across the country as you're watching us. Doc, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
Great. Arthritis.
Yes.
The thing about the sicknesses is that they have quite names. Arthritis.
Yes.
What is it really?
Thanks so much, Desmond, and welcome our viewers to the show. Arthritis, actually, it's a two-word that has been put together to form that name.
Okay.
So, arthro, which means joints. You understand? So anywhere you find arthro, it means joints.
Joints.
So yes, and joints form when two bones meet.
Okay.
And in our body we have over 200 joints in our body. So, and then the other part, which is itis, means inflammation. So arthritis literally means inflammation of the joints. So any inflammation or any swelling within a specific joint in the body can be termed as arthritis.
Okay, and I like that breakdown. It makes sense. So inflammation of the bones.
Yes.
How does that happen? Because I thought that in the body, everybody has some fluids running through that. Helps greasing the joints and all that.
Yes. So what actually happens with arthritis is first we have over 100 types of arthritis that happens within the system.
Okay.
And depending on the type, it determines what actually causes it. But when you look at the most common types of arthritis that we have, especially when you look at down here, Ghana, you talk about rheumatoid arthritis, you talk about osteoarthritis, you talk about gouty arthritis, and the likes. And when you look at osteoarthritis, for example, it actually happens when for every joint there are specific tissues that makes the joint complete.
Okay.
Just as you mentioned, there are fluids, there are cartilages, there are tendons, and all those things that makes a specific joint. And with osteoarthritis, it happens when there's wear and tear within the joint.
Okay.
These cartilages are there to prevent the bone from rubbing at each other. You understand? So it serves as a cushion at the joint. You understand? So that the bones will not, crash at each other.
Okay.
Now, with time, maybe with age, with injuries, specific things that we do, we expose some of these cartilages to injury. You understand? Because, for example, if you dislocate a specific joint, it can affect the cartilages, which could exacerbate the wear and tear.
Okay.
When you age, of course, you are using your joint from birth to maybe 60, 70 years. It is this same cartilage that you've used over time. So it is a degenerative disorder. You understand? You can term it as a degenerative disorder. When you're aging, there will be wear and tear within these joints, which could cause osteoarthritis, and it could lead to inflammation within the joints, and it could cause some of these problems. And then also, you look at rheumatoid arthritis.
I've heard about that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an autoimmune disorder. You understand? Autoimmune disorder in the sense that it happens when the immune system, which is supposed to fight against infections and diseases within the body, starts seeing these joints as enemies, and they start fighting against it. So it attacks the joints, and it causes deteriorations or inflammations, and it could lead to rheumatoid arthritis. There's gouty arthritis, which also comes about when there's high levels of uric acid in the blood, and uric acid are very gritty, and it looks like a beach sand. So when these uric acid forms within some of the joints, it could also cause inflammations, and it could lead to some of these problems.
With the examples that you have made, you talk about a certain age limit. Is it right, or it applies to everybody? It can happen to every age group. Possibly, maybe like in the 30s going on. It's like in pain for your.
Yes. So there are specifics, So rheumatoid arthritis can happen to everybody.
Everybody.
Yes.
Okay.
The young and the old, and then also with osteoarthritis, which is the most common type. It's a degenerative disorder, as I mentioned. So it is more common with the aged. You understand, when you age. But then again, depending on the specific job or work that you do, it could predispose you in getting some of these, some of these problems. You understand. For example, if you're a farmer, you are using your specific joint, maybe a carpenter, you are always using your shoulder, you are hitting, you are going.
Okay.
You understand? You predispose these joints in getting, osteoarthritis. Maybe you're a young man, you sprain your joint, or there's a dislocation, you are playing football, you hurt your joint and it affects your cartilage. It could also predispose you in getting some of these conditions. But then most of these conditions are for the aged, especially with osteoarthritis. But rheumatoid arthritis, it could affect anybody. Uric acid or gouty arthritis can also affect young and the old. For example, if your uric acid, if you are doing things that will cause your uric acid levels to go high, definitely it could lead to some of these conditions that could affect the joints. With the picture that you are seeing, you see a swollen joint. You understand, and the cartilage there is actually inflamed, and when it happens that way, it gives you unbearable pain and a lot of discomfort that some of these things can come with.
Okay. I understand that now. So it's going to get inflamed.
Yes.
And it will hurt a lot. What is the, what are some of the risks that comes with it? Is it just about the joints not being okay, so maybe you're going to use that particular joint, or is there any other thing?
Yes. So with arthritis, so some of the symptoms that you probably will see will be pain. So pain, swellings, discomfort, loss of flexibility within the joints. At times, it could even cause mobility problems. You understand, and in extreme cases, it could cause someone immobile. You understand. Some people are having issues with their joints, and at a point they can't even move. They can't do anything. And at some point, for example, with osteoarthritis, when these cartilages starts to wear and tear, and it leads to a point where the bones start rubbing at each other, it could actually lead to what we call complete joint damage. You understand? That the only solution there is probably surgically intervene and put in some metals to even help you, move or use that particular joint.
Wow.
So it can be that bad. You understand? It can cause a complete joint, deformity or damage, or it could lead to immobility in one's joint. You understand? Okay. So, and then of course, pain, very
unbearable pain, yeah, very
unbearable. And it is one common phenomenon that you see, especially with our moms and our parents. They are always complaining at a specific joint within the body. Today my waist, today the other time my knee, my ankle. There's always a pain at a specific joint within the body, and all these discomfort, all this pain, all these stiffness within the joints, immobility within. There are some people, if you ask them to raise their hands up, they can't. They go to this level, and that is the maximum that they can go.
Okay.
And all can be attributed to arthritis that we are talking about.
Do you have to take drug to let it go? Can it be completely healed?
Yes.
Or you've got to manage it throughout the
yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, because some of the arthritis, if it is detected early and you give interventions, yes, you can actually get rid of it entirely. But there are some that when it comes, you just need to manage it. So usually, for example, when you come to Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital, for example, one of the measures that we use in terms of management and treatment of arthritis, depending on the type, is to actually not just give him medication, but also focus on physio and some massage, manipulations, because it's proven that it goes a long way to help a lot of people who are going through these kind of discomfort and this kind of pain as a result of arthritis. So yes, some can be treated, some needs just management. Yes, you need to alleviate the pain and help help the joints back to its functionality. You understand? Because that and arthritis affects any joints. Some people, their fingers, just their fingers, they can't even bend it. Some people, their fingers are stiff. When you ask them to fold the hands, like they can't, as a result of arthritis. Some have it at their wrist, some have it at the elbow joint, some have it at the shoulder, some even have it at the vertebra, either the cervical, either the thoracic or the lumbar vertebrae. It can happen at any parts. The waist and the knees are the common ones that we know.
That's arthritis.
Yes. So this is how bad it can deform your joint. This is how bad arthritis can be. And these things that we are seeing with the fingers, that it has, given different contours to the fingers. It can happen at any joint, your knee, your ankle, and all those. It can also happen like that. So arthritis is a very, serious condition that the moment you start having these discomfort, these recurrent pains and discomfort within the joints, as soon as possible, you need to go to the hospital.
Don't be like me and a number of people out there, it's gonna be okay. Then you stay there, then now it develops into something else, and now you go to the hospital. It becomes very difficult to be treated. So just make sure that you make your way to Amen Scientific, as Doc has been saying. When you get there, every time it's comprehensive. You don't do it's just comprehensive.
Yes.
Treatments
of
it. Yeah.
Yes. So in order for you to attain full recovery when you are dealing with somebody, is first and foremost identify which type of arthritis that you are dealing with in the first place. You understand? Because if you are unable to identify that, you might not be able to give full treatment to the person. So we first and foremost focus on actually diagnosing you to find out the type of arthritis that is happening to you.
Okay.
And so that we can find modalities or treatment modalities for you. And that is what Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital has been known for.
Okay.
We pay attention to every little details that needs to be done when you visit our facility.
Okay, great. So now let's get into the details of the location, so that if someone is watching and thinking, I just need to call and move away.
So if you're having any form of arthritis, whether it's osteoarthritis, rheumatoid, any form at all, spondylosis within the joints and all those things, just visit Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital. We have branches all across the country, from Bolga to Wa to Tamale to Sunyani to Kumasi, Takrady, Ho and Koko. And in Accra here, we have 2 branches. One at Dome, Senate Flats, close to the road line, and at Lashibi Klagon, close to the Ashama Underbridge. You can contact Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital on the numbers on your screen.
Yeah.
And we can direct you to the nearest Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital near you. And the free health screening is still ongoing. So you can take advantage. If you're having any joint issue, any arthritis issue, just come to Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital. Come and enjoy this free health screening that we are giving to the general public. And yes, just call the numbers on the screen. And just as we always say, we say that God is the healer. When you mention Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative, we say God is the healer. So God will use us to heal you out of your problems.
All right, so do well to call the numbers on the screen as you see there, and then visit the branches all across the country. In Accra, as you mentioned, Dome, close to the Snit Flat, and also Ashama, close to the
Lashibi Club, close to the underbridge.
Yes, that underbridge there. Doc, thank you so much for coming and telling us about arthritis, Charlie. Some don't go to the area.
Yes, so yes. You just and you know, usually when it happens like that, we tend to rely on taking pain relievers.
You know, yeah, true. That's what I was saying, that people will not go to the hospital early, you know, okay, let me just take some pain reliever and
you understand. So you ask us, how long are you going to take these pain relievers? Because you take it today, tomorrow you have to take it. And we all know some of these effects that some of these pain relievers even comes. And majority of these pain relievers that we take are self-medications. That is even the serious part of this whole thing that we do. True. So we need to, you know, as soon as possible, if you're having any discomfort within your joints or your body pains, you are always complaining of pain, your waist, your knee, your ankle, your wrist, anywhere within the body, just go to the hospital. And if you are going to the hospital with regards to your joints or arthritis problem, I entreat you to come to Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital.
Fantastic. So we are done with arthritis, but of course, Metro TV, in this Valentine's period, we are doing Love in the Air. We're asking our viewers to send us a message or a video telling us how they met their partners. Dog.
Yes.
How did you meet your partner?
Oh, it's funny, but you know, I actually met my in-law before my wife. So it was my in-law who introduced my wife to me, and
you know, there's a key from that. Meet your in-law first. Oh wow, that's nice.
Yes, yes.
I'm sure you must have said that some fine man be there for look sharp.
Well, you know, I actually liked my in-law before liking my wife. So, in fact, I saw my wife in my in-law. So that was what, you know.
Hey, Doc, I have to send a video. Let's see that. All right, so that's from Dr. Sherry Votri of Amen Scientific. That's how he met his wife, right? Oh, that's quite nice.